Welcome to my YouTube channel Jordan's Path. Today our title is, The Man Who Didn't Give Up. He wasn't born into wealth. He didn't have connections. No famous last name. No handouts. Just a heart that refused to quit. From the moment he took his first steps in life, the odds were stacked against him. He grew up hearing what he couldn't do. What he wasn't good enough for. What dreams were too big for a guy like him. And at first, he believed them. He believed he was just average, just another name in a forgotten crowd. But somewhere deep inside, something whispered louder than the noise around him. It whispered, keep going. The world tried to break him. He failed in school. He failed in jobs. He failed in relationships. Every time he thought he was making progress, life pulled the rug out from under him. People mocked him, saying he was chasing illusions. They said, just settle down. Be realistic. But he couldn't settle. Because his soul wasn't built for average. Every failure pushed him harder. Every loss lit a fire inside him that even he didn't understand. At night, when everyone else was asleep, he stayed up with tears in his eyes, staring at the ceiling, asking the question, is this all there is for me? But even in that darkness, he chose to believe in the light. He didn't have a clear path. Just a vision. A blurry, distant dream that seemed impossible. He worked when no one was watching. He trained when no one clapped. He practiced in silence. He read, he studied, he failed again. But every time he fell, he stood up stronger. Not because he was fearless, but because he had learned that fear was just another obstacle to break through. He was tired, but he still moved. He was alone, but he still believed. He didn't care how long it took. He only cared that he didn't stop. The pain wasn't just physical. It was mental, emotional. Days when the weight of the world sat on his chest. Days when the silence was so loud it drowned his hope. But he pushed. He fought. He crawled. And when his legs gave out, he pulled himself forward with his arms. And when his arms gave out, he moved with nothing but his will. Because quitting was never an option. Every day he reminded himself, there's someone out there who needs to hear my story. Someone who's one step away from giving up, and maybe I'm the voice that stops them. He wasn't perfect. He made mistakes. Sometimes he broke his own rules. But every morning, he woke up and tried again. That's the part nobody talks about. Not the glory, not the spotlight. But the grinding. The waking up with nothing and still choosing to give everything. He lived in rooms too small for his dreams. Worked jobs that crushed his spirit. But inside, he kept repeating one thing. This is not the end. Eventually, the world started to notice. Not all at once, not with fireworks or fame. But one by one, people began to see the light in him. Not because he shouted it, but because he became it. His story wasn't about sudden success. It was about relentless effort. Not talent, but discipline. Not luck, but perseverance. They saw the man who didn't give up. The man who was knocked down 99 times and stood up 100. The man who had every reason to stop, but kept moving anyway. They asked him how he did it. He smiled, not because it was easy, but because it was worth it. He said, you don't have to be the best. You just have to keep going. He knew what it felt like to have no cheerleaders, no praise. He knew what it was like to wake up to failure, eat with doubt, and sleep with fear. But he did it anyway. Every single day. His success didn't make him arrogant. It made him grateful. Because he remembered every night he cried. Every door that shut in his face. Every voice that told him he couldn't. And now, he wasn't trying to prove them wrong, he was trying to prove himself right. The man who didn't give up didn't want fame. He wanted impact. He wanted to show people that you don't need to be born lucky. You just need to be born ready to fight. And now, you're here. Listening. Maybe your journey looks different, but the pain, the doubt, that's the same. Maybe you're the one staring at the ceiling, wondering if your life matters. Wondering if the dreams in your heart are real, or just a cruel joke. Let me tell you this, you matter. Your path matters. Your pain has purpose. The man who didn't give up isn't just a story. It's a reminder. A reminder that it's okay to fall apart. It's okay to feel broken. What's not okay, is giving up. You are stronger than you know. You've already survived 100% of your worst days. So don't stop now. Let the world laugh. Let them doubt. But don't let them stop you. This isn't the end of your story. It's just the chapter where everything changes. Where the man, or woman, inside you wakes up. The fighter. The believer. The warrior. One day, someone will ask how you did it. How you survived when everything told you to quit. And you'll say, because I believed in something greater. Because I refused to let life decide my worth. The man who didn't give up didn't wait for motivation. He created it. He didn't wait for the right time. He made every time the right time. And now, that man, is you. Keep going. Keep believing. The world is waiting to hear your story. And one day, they'll call you the one who didn't give up.